All right, y'all, the day is finally here. It is ultrasound day! Yay! I had to actually postpone it because I got sick. I got very sick and I did not want to share my germs with wonderful Kim. She raises alpines, but what I'm doing now is I'm trying to get my girls to come in because as much as I would like to say that I will be able to catch them all on the fly, the odds of that are slim to none, you know? They're a little slim to none because if I'm going to want to catch them, they're going to be like all the way back there. So I haven't fed them hay this morning, so they're all kind of like, hey, why are you out here? You're going to feed us? So hopefully their interest in food will pay off. We'll see. I'll throw some hay in here. And are the donks in here? Donks? Nope, donkeys aren't in here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get some hay in here to see if that will hurry up and get them all in here so I can, you know, close her up for everyone. Hi girls, come on, get the hay, come get the hay, come get the food. I'll see if they want this food. I'm sure they do. Not to mention, like, we're getting ready to get, some pretty cold temperatures. Like, it is cold. We are supposed to be like in negatives, and it is supposed to be not a good time here in the short future. I mean, it's pretty cold today, but we're coming up on Christmas and they're already calling for like negatives on Christmas Day here. So I got all the trough warmers in. I have to go around and do the loop-de-loop because if they catch on that I want them in there, they don't want to come in. So I found, like, if I throw stuff in there, walk away, and loop back around, they usually all go in and I can just shut them in. Because goats are ornery. They're not as trainable as other livestock. They like routines, but they really like to throw you for a loop. You pregnant? You pregnant? Okay, they're all in here, so I can relax for a small moment, I guess. So I just took a quick moment to kind of go through my milk room because even though I'm here a lot in the winter or in the warmer weather, in the winter, not so much. Like, we only use this unless we are, I'm feeding, or I've got a goat in here that I'm performing medical things with if they need treatments, or if it's just like they need a hoof trim because, like, there's our maintenance stand, these are our milking stands, our milker, which really for the cold weather that's coming, I really want to bring my milker inside and kind of just baby a little bit. But I've got my stands clear. She said we would need some cleaning rags to remove any type of like icky, sticky lubricant, especially now that it's cold. Like, we don't want to leave anything on the ladies that's going to chill them any more than they probably already are. And she said I need my clippers so that in case we couldn't see really well, we can just kind of shave that one spot that we're going to be putting the ultrasound monitor or something. That little thing we put on the skin to get a picture of what's going on in the womb so that we can have better contact and actually see a little bit better. So, and I've just kind of picked up for housekeeping purposes because who doesn't want their barn or their house looking as good as it possibly could be when you've got visitors coming. But some sad news. Rapunzel cycled again, so I bred her again, and then Opal and Bess both cycled. So I will still probably have all three of them looked at just to confirm that they didn't take. I've already rebred them, but they won't be far enough along to actually see anything. Really, a goat should be around 28 to 30 days to really confirm via ultrasound that they actually took. Now, keep in mind, we're going to ultrasound today, and even though we might ultrasound our girls and they might have like 3 or 4 or 5 in there, that doesn't mean that's how many they're actually going to have because we're still in the early stages of gestation. So due to stress, like weather, sickness, or anything, or if their nutrition just isn't up to par, then they can technically absorb some of those embryos, those little babies in there, because they're not all the way formed, and it's a lot easier for the body to just reabsorb them now than it would be later on if they were to have, oh, God forbid, pleading the blood on my herd, that they would have they would abort and have a miscarriage and lose their babies. So we're all ready. So now I'm just waiting for Miss Kim to get here. So this was a really neat experience. Kim over at Moonbow Meadows with her alpines. She's not very far from me. She was here for linear appraisals, and she decided to reach out to me to see if I wanted to have my girls ultrasounded because she has her own ultrasound machine. And of course, I could not pass up on the opportunity to possibly see little babies in the womb. It's just a totally new way to see them. I've never had ultrasounds done, never been around really for an ultrasound on livestock. Here lately outside of my vet shadowing adventures when I was in high school. So we decided we were going to ultrasound a couple of these guys. And while some of them came back open, this has been a great experience to really confirm pregnancies. And even for some of them, I feel like I have a pretty good count on how many babies that specific doe might have. I'm not all that great at it, and we didn't ultrasound the entire herd, but it is nice to get a little bit of a knack for this because this might actually be one of the next purchases on our farm.
Let's switch over to the big pro.
Okay.
That's going to go with a wider area.
Lily, you look so like insulted.
She should be insulted. I'm touching her. I'm a stranger.
Yeah.
Right up underneath her udder part, and I'm putting this cold gel on her.
She's like, what is happening here? Get used to it. So, yeah, yearly occurrence, I'm sure.
Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and bump up to the 5. Okay. Hi, sweetie.
Look at her look over
Hello.
like, oh my God, what is happening?
Hello. Okay. Do you want to try it?
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Whoop. I just don't want to like.
Okay. Yep. Give it a whirl.
I know. You're just kind of putting it right up.
Mm-hmm. Up a little higher. Yeah. There you go. Oh, look. I think there's a baby showing up. The baby's coming out for you.
Oh, so... There's a baby up there in the corner. Is that a baby?
I think it might be.
That's so cool. Willer, what is that? It's moving. Oh my God. Oh, it's moving. It's your baby. Oh my gosh. Willer, I can't. Well, we're moving further back. Let me move back this way. Oh, that's so cool that you can see inside.
Isn't that cool? I bet you can't stop looking, can you?
Willer! Good girl! You're doing so good. I'm sure my yearlings are going to be like...
They're crazy. I know my yearling.
I have 2 crazies that I
I'll
know
help you with
are
them.
going to be like...
I'll help you with them.
Oh, it's so cool!
You're addicted now. It takes one time.
I can see the babies in there!
Isn't that awesome?
Willer, good job.
She was
like,
a really
oh
good girl.
God,
You got a rag.
So it's kind of hard to believe. Squeakers heard me come in. It's really hard to believe that here we are. Today's date is January 9th. And I finally can tell you that all of our girls have probably been bred and taken. We're going to be running our blood test this weekend because we did have 2 yearlings and Rapunzel that cycled back in. And I really didn't get to ultrasound everyone while Kim was here lending me her ultrasound machine. But boy, that was a really big learning experience. And I loved it. It was super cool. Probably will be buying my own ultrasound machine just because if we keep doing this and the ability to know how many kids we might be expecting is kind of nice going into kidding season. So it's something that I'm definitely interested in having on the farm, and I honestly think that it would be a really good investment for us. But we're going to be drawing blood tests this weekend and seeing if my 2 yearlings and Rapunzel, because Rapunzel came back into heat like 3 times, and those little stinkers have put me behind. So they were all bred early to late December. So December, January, February, March, April, May. So I'm going to be kidding in May. Not what I wanted to be doing. I'd rather have my focus towards milk testing and the first couple of shows that'll be coming up. But, you know, sometimes when you are breeding animals or you're practicing livestock husbandry, you can't really control things. Sometimes things take first and sometimes it takes a couple of tries. And it's up to us to try to figure out, why did they not take first? Is this something that is maybe genetic, or is this part of the nutrition that I've been giving them? So you get to be kind of a detective. It can be really frustrating, but it's kind of fun to be a detective sometimes. But guys, that's it. That's us for breeding season. We will be really busy here in March to get everything ready. We will start planning nutrition when we're going to start graining again, because my girls have been on hay for about a month. And then we put them back on our grain when we get about 45 to 30 days out from kidding. So we're approaching that very, very quickly. I can't believe that here in the next couple of months, we'll start setting up our kidding pen again. We'll be busting out all the milking supplies and show supplies, and the whole goating world begins again for us, and our resting period is over. But I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know by dropping me a like, giving me a comment, and subscribing. But until next time, guys, we hope that you're all staying safe out there and being kind to one another. We will catch you on the next one. God bless you. Bye, y'all.